Kadakie, very good morning.
Hi, Sheriff. Morning.
You on the protest line yesterday. The police came out there. Take us from there.
Well, the police came out. As usual, I was out there, like you rightly said. I was using a bullhorn to chant. The police came and told me not to use it unless I have permission. My understanding is that I don't need permission to use a bullhorn. And so I said just that. He threatened to have me arrested and, in fact, effected an arrest. So I was arrested. Yesterday I was taken to Brigam, charged, according to them, for nice nuisance. I was eventually released after 2.5 hours on self-bail, self-recognizance, having refused to pay $20,000 cash bail. So this morning I appeared in court at 8:30. I pled not guilty. This time I'm told that I'm charged under Section 12 of the Public Ordinance Act, or Public Order Act, right? Public Order Act. And so I'm now on bail, $20,000, to return to court on November 30th.
What does it mean you're charged under the Public Ordinance Act? Is it different from this using the bullhorn
Well, no,
charge?
the Public Order
Or it's
Act,
under that act? That's
yes,
from good.
the charge, the bullhorn charge basically will find itself under the Public Order Act. In short, the Public Order Act, Section 12, speaks to the conditions under which you can use what they consider noisy instrument, right? And while I will not be discussing in depth why I believe they will fail to make that case. I am confident that they will fail to make that case.
What was your treatment like while you were detained? I mean, what spawned this? Police in just in that area looking for bullhorn. You think this came from higher? It was instructions?
Of course, listen, we live in a repressive state. There's no doubt about that. You know, not so long ago, Gail Teixeira spewed a lot of bile about those of us who are challenging this apartheid, challenging this discriminatory government. 48, 72 hours ago. Rickford Burke had that forum on Sunday, right? She responded maybe Monday, Tuesday. And so, naturally, my arrest will come as no surprise. But my arrest will come as no surprise.
The vex.
Exactly, the vex, and the vex bad. When I got to Brigam Police Station, I'm arrested for something that is bailable. Immediately you can get station bail. The normal procedure is that the station sergeant decides on station bail.
Mm-hmm.
But this station sergeant at Brigam had to, when I requested bail, had to go to higher authorities. It took more than 1 hour before the station sergeant could have decided to grant me bail.
Wow.
Right? And so,
On a bailable offense?
yes, you don't need, well, a looking glass perhaps to see that this has a whole lot of political machinations.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple thing.
Yeah. What happens next? You have the protest line?
Excuse me.
The people gonna want to know. You have the protest
I am
line?
saying to every citizen in this country, it's not my first arrest for protest. If you remember, maybe a year ago, I was arrested in front of the Ministry of Education for protest. That charge was thrown out, right? Because again, the police couldn't make the case. And so I'm arrested again. And I've always been on the protest line from that arrest to now. And I intend to be on the protest line. If a protest is called tomorrow,
Yeah.
I intend to be on the protest line. And let me say, Sherrod, I intend also to use a bullhorn, right? I mean, my lawyers and so on might very well advise me not to use a bullhorn until the determination of this case.
But as it stands?
Right? But as I'm standing here, I'm prepared to go use a bullhorn because I think it is within my right. And I'm not in breach of any law.
Yeah. Kadakie, you're out there, you see this country moving in a certain direction. You think these boys distracted? You got men drilling into the airport, digging tunnel into the airport. You got bandits robbing people robbing a super bet in Region 6 just overnight. And it's you that worried about with a bullhorn.
Very well. And listen, if they're talking about nice nuisance and bullhorn, I've been sending videos because on a daily basis, I get videos from residents in Sheriff Street highlighting their suffering from noise nuisance from 2 fast food joints, Lisa's and Taste Restaurants. And I resorted, after I'm talking about it and nobody's listening apparently, I resorted to sending these videos to Divisional Commander McBean and a number I have for Clifton Aiken.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And
But
you know,
here it is, I'm on a protest line.
yeah,
I'm exercising my
yeah,
democratic right.
yeah. And far away from GCOM, certainly you're not affecting the staff working.
Exactly. I'm
All right?
being charged for the use of a
Yeah.
gun.
And, you know, as we're standing here in front of the court this morning, we got more noise perhaps from the vehicles in front here than the bullhorn.
Very well. The boom boom boxes.
Yeah.
There are all kinds of things that are making much, much more noise than a bullhorn. Right? A bullhorn is not 100 watt. A bullhorn is not 50 watt. And so as far as I know, it doesn't even fall under a concern for noise nuisance. So I don't understand, except that we're living in, I can't say strange political times, because we've seen the DPP at work already. We saw them gunned down
Yeah.
from Ewing
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
use of a bullhorn.
Yeah.
That is what he was carrying his message with, a bullhorn. So maybe they got this aversion, this fear of bullhorns.
Kadakie, this is quite interesting, these developments, because as you said, we're coming out of a weekend where in the diaspora, you had this town hall meeting, quite a lot of influential American officials were there, one of which is the U.S. Attorney General for New York, Letitia James. And she said what she heard there was quite concerning. Gail Teixeira, as you mentioned, came out with a statement saying they were tricked, none of that happening, but then they arrest you here.
The evidence is there. What else you're looking for? It doesn't happen. We have an open government. It doesn't happen. We don't repress anybody. But less than 72 hours, a political activist is arrested for
Yeah.
the use of a bullhorn.
Yeah.
The Americans know how often they see bullhorns in use.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The world knows how often people protest with bullhorns, and they're not arrested.
And we're saying that we're progressive.
Yes.
But I think, and I want to know if you share the same impression, part of the strategy is to tie up the activists in litigation, frighten you.
You know, just last evening I was saying to a friend of mine, these charges are simply to do just that, intimidate people and waste your time. Because the police, leave the police to do their jobs. The police knows, right, that they can't make these cases. But the politicians are giving them instructions, arrest and charge, waste their time in court. And I will always repeat, they said God rest the dead. I will always repeat something Henry Green said to me. This is the former commissioner of police. There was a matter and he told me, he said, Mr. Amsterdam, you only call this person's name. By 10 they could prove their innocence, they're going to be in Camp Street long enough to give you satisfaction. That is how police and politicians operate in this country. Right? $20,000 bail for station bail, to suggest 20,000 station bail is punitive. So before you even prove my guilt, you're penalizing me.
Yeah. Remind us, when is the next court appearance?
The 30th of November is the next court appearance.
At the end of the
Court
month.
one.
End of the month.
Yes.
All right. We wish you every success, sir.
I wish Guyanese will stand up against this dictatorship that we faced with. I'm repeating the call. Guyanese should come out and continue to protest for a clean voters list, and most importantly, they should protest the hosting of any elections with a bloated vote.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.